Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. It is your natural nail guru, and today we're going to be closing up the steps to the Oh My Gel waterless manicure process. So I've been showing you each step of my manicure process so that you can get the longest wearing manicures and most importantly, improve and maintain the health of your natural nails. We've gone over properly soaking off gel polish so that we do not present any harm to the nail plate. We've gone over shaping and filing the nails for long lasting polish and minimal breaks. And we've also gone over the cuticle cleanup, which for me is the most important part of the manicure process. And today we're gonna go over polishing to perfection. Now, if you haven't seen the other videos, I would definitely recommend that you do so, especially when it comes to the cuticle care. That is one that you do not wanna miss. Whether you are a professional or a DIY, I promise you, improving your cuticle care step and how you clean the nail plate up and following my simple steps is going to give you longer manicures and most importantly improve the health of your natural nails. There's no reason why anyone out there getting regular manicures should have weakening nails, breaking nails. It should be getting healthier, and it's all in the process. Now, before we get into polishing to perfection, if you are currently watching and subscribed, thank you so much for your support. It is greatly appreciated. And if you're watching and haven't subscribed yet, take a moment, click that button. This channel is going to give you all the information that's going to help improve the health of your natural nails, get your nails growing longer than they've ever been before, manicures lasting longer than ever, and get you the most thorough product reviews out there. So let's not waste any more time. Hit that subscribe and let's get to polishing to perfection. So here we have nails fully prepped. I already went ahead and buffed the nails. So after you do your cuticle cleaning, you want to use a buffer. I use these little mini blocks that are 100 and 180 grit. I like buffing up and down. You really just want to smooth out the nail plate. If it's a little rough, you can go side to side to go a little harder. But I will just go up and down motion all around the nail plate to make sure we're nice and smooth, and then using a lint-free wipe to remove all of the dust and residue from the nails. And there we go. We're ready to polish. So as always, you always want to start with your base coat. And the base coat is like the ultimate foundation. It's not just what's going to attach the polish, but it's also going to give you a good guide. So you want to make sure that you get a good application of the base coat and make sure that it is not getting all over the cuticle, because your color that you're going to put on top of it are really going to follow that base coat. So we'll go through, make sure that I never really start all the way at the back. I kind of start a little bit under the back and I push it up into the cuticle line. I don't want it to run into the cuticle because then the polish will seep all through there and it'll be a mission to clean. So my goal is definitely to minimize any cleaning whatsoever when I'm polishing. You want to make sure that you go all around the edges, all around the tip. Get a nice smooth application. And for the base coat, you really want to apply a thin coat. You do not need a thick coat. I really love this gelish brush because it is short and definitely allows you to put the necessary application of base coat, like a really nice thin coat. You get really close to the cuticle edge. I think every base coat should have a short brush like this. So we're going to go ahead and finish applying the base coat to the rest of her beautiful nails. So now we are ready for the color coat. Today we are going to be doing a black base with some magnetic polish. So just like with the base coat, I will start polishing a little bit before the actual base of the nail, and then I'll kind of push up to it. Sometimes you get a lot of excess polish on the brush, so I want to lay it down first on the thickest part of the biggest part of the nail, just in case I get a little too close to the cuticle and there's a little too much polish on it, and it'll bleed in everywhere, especially with such a contrasting dark color. So as with the base coat, I'm just going to smoothly apply the coat all around the edges, get as close as I can to the cuticle without getting into the cuticle. And since I have a really good foundation laid down, the polish is just going to kind of tuck right into those perfect little spots without making much of a mess, if any at all. Now, when I'm polishing, I always polish to the tip, and I kind of hug the tip when I polish, so I don't necessarily need to polish the tip separately. Oop, right there I got a little bit on the edge. Yes, I used my nail to clean it, and I went a little too far, but we cleaned it up.
So we're going to go ahead and polish, and as I go around the edge, I make sure to kind of go along the tip of the edge as well. You want to make sure that you're getting the color all the way around the nail. And I got a little tiny ding of black back there. I don't like seeing any uneven lines, so I'll clean that up. We'll go ahead and cure that and move on to the next hand. It's really important to do this step nice and steady. You do not want to be rushed, because when you're rushed, you tend to make mistakes that either the client's going to suffer with throughout the manicure, or mistakes that you're going to have to take extra time to fix it and do it over again anyways. So it's really important that you're focused on doing things right rather than trying to do them quickly. And if time is an issue, you want to make up that time in the buffing, in the filing, in the cleaning of the cuticle. You can definitely do things to shorten the time in those steps, but when it comes to polishing, take your time, make sure you do it right. It's definitely going to lead to longer lasting wear for your gel polish. I always double check my clients' nails before they put it in. Sometimes a little cuticle will get in the edge and needs to get cleaned up, but I want to take one last look before we cure. And like magic, there goes that magnetic top coat. I did this off camera just to save a little time, but I really love these magnet polishes. I think this one is a D&D magnet polish. Now she is fully done and we're ready for top coat. And we're going to do the same thing we did with the foundation and with the color coats with the top coat. We're going to get all the way around the edges. It's very important that you seal in all the color with the top coat. It just needs to barely go around the edge. And as you see that little swoop I do at the tip when I'm polishing to make sure that I'm covering the edge or the tip of the nail, the free edge. You don't want to leave those layers exposed because it could definitely make it easier to split in between manicures, which if your clients are like my clients, if they see any little reason to nip and pick, they will do it. And that is not allowed. So we want to make sure that we make it nice and sealed. And then you can go separately and like clean or polish the tip of the nail, but you always want to make sure if you do separately polish the tip that you go over it one more time on the top so you don't get that little lump. Make sure that you don't have too much product on the brush when you're doing the top coat especially. It tends to be a little bit thinner of a consistency than some of the other colors, so you want to make sure that you don't have any excess running. And of course, I always double check all the edges to make sure that we have no glossy little spills into the cuticle, because that will definitely make room for lifting later on, which we definitely don't want. And here we go, a beautifully polished set. I love this magnet polish. I cannot say it enough. Everything is nice and clean. This client always wears her manicures for 3 weeks or more, and they're always perfect. So she can definitely count on long-lasting wear as long as she needs.
So as you can see, if you have a really, really good clean nail plate, your polishing is going to be even better. You definitely want to make sure that you take your time to do it right. Minimize the need to have to clean up around the cuticle because it can get messy and sometimes you'll not really be able to clean it out perfectly and all the way. And we want a good clean polish, especially if we're doing this professionally for our clients. They're paying us for a service. Let's make sure we take the time to make it the absolute best. So that is it for my steps on the perfect waterless Oh My Gel manicure. It is very simple. It really just takes time and dedication to want to do things right. Following these steps, I promise you're gonna have major improvements in the manicure process. Whether you're professional or a DIY, it's gonna make a difference. If you haven't seen the other steps of the manicure process, make sure after this video you go ahead and take time to do it. They're quick videos, they get right to the point, and they're definitely gonna help you out. And for those that are wondering about all the specifics, different types of skin, different type of cuticle issues, different types of nail shapes, crooked nails, curved nails, you want to get all those details, definitely stay tuned because we're going to be launching something super awesome that's going to help get down to the nitty-gritty when it comes to every detail regarding manicure process and issues that you can come across. So thank you so much everyone for tuning in. Make sure you stay tuned, get subscribed, get your notifications on, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.